Hello children. In this video, we are going to study the structural details of male and female reproductive system of human being. Let's start with the male reproductive system. Both the male and female reproductive system consists of series of parts. In case of male reproductive system, the actual functioning one, the real functioning one, it's called the testis. The sperms are produced inside the testis, and millions of sperms are produced in a day. And you know that the gamete is a sperm and the sex organ where the gamete is produced, and that is called the testis. Yes. And a pair of testes is present, and that is placed outside the body, and which is covered by a skinny covering, and that is called the scrotum. And that's extension of abdominal cavity, and inside the scrotum, the testis is present. And the scrotum plays a very important role in reducing the temperature of the testis. And why it's kept outside the testis? Because the process of sperm formation, it requires lesser temperature than our body temperature. It needs about 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lesser than the body temperature. And if you see the inner view of the testis, you could see testicular lobules inside, and which is made up of many seminiferous tubules. Inside that, sperms are produced. The function of the testis includes the production of the sperms, as well as a hormone is also produced by the testis, and which is called testosterone. The sperms which are produced from the testis, it comes out through the retrotestis and vas efferentia. Later, it's stored for a short duration, and that is in epididymis. And it's a complex tube-like structure. You could see that epididymis here. And it's a complex tube-like structure in scrotum. And it stores sperm, and which is also helping in the passage of sperms to another tubule, and this is called vas deferens. Here also you could see the presence of, this is epididymis, and this is called vas deferens. Okay, the vas deferens, later it continues as urethra. See, this is a urethra, and which is kept inside the penis. And the penis, it's a copulatory organ, the muscular copulatory organ in male, it's penis. And I told you the vas deferens, it joins with the urethra. Urethra, it's a common passage for both sperms and urine. At the junction, you could see that, it has the connection with few glands like bulbourethral gland here, then prostate gland, and also seminal vesicles. The secretions from seminal vesicles and prostate glands, when it mixes with the sperm, we have to call it as semen. And and that's the one which helps in the the easy movement of the sperms, and also it gives proper nourishment. The secretions from the seminal vesicles and prostate gland. See, later it's being ejected out from the penis. The copulatory organ in human male, it's the penis, and that's a muscular structure, and through which the urethra passes. And that urethra is the common passage for the both urine as well as the semen. Yes. See, this is a structural view of testis. You could see the inner view of the testis, and I told it has the many seminiferous tubules inside that the sperms are produced. See, these are the testicular lobules inside that seminiferous tubules. So sperms are produced inside the seminiferous tubules. Later it comes out, and this is epididymis, where the sperms are stored for a short while. Later it joins with the vas deferens. Is it clear? Let's see the structure of a sperm. And a perfect sperm has three parts: a head region, then a middle piece, and a tail. The head region is the one which contains a nucleus and acrosome. And acrosome has enzymes which helps in the penetration of sperms into the egg. This is the middle piece, and the middle piece, it contains one a spiral mitochondria, which is the one, it produces energy for the quick movement of the sperms. And this is a tail region, and this is the one which enables sperms to swim, and it moves fastly due to the presence of this tail region. Yes. Let's see the details of female reproductive system in human. And the most important part of the female reproductive system, it's the ovary, a pair of ovaries which are kept in the abdominal tract. There are two main functions for the ovaries. The first one is the production of the egg cell, and that is the ovum. The second one is to secrete female sex hormones. They are estrogen and progesterone. And in case of female, the internal female reproductive organs are kept inside the abdominal tract. So you should know that ovaries are the sex organ from which the egg which is produced. Egg, it's called the gamete. Egg is otherwise called as ovum. And the egg or ovum, it's produced from ovarian follicles, which is called Graafian follicles. Okay. And in case of females, a number of egg, the mature egg which is produced, and that is limited in number. Starting from puberty, you could see that every month, one, or it might be 2 or 3, mature ovum will be produced, but in most cases, it will be 1 in number. And the release of ovum from the ovary, we have to call with a term which is called ovulation. Okay, and once ovum is released, it will be captured by the fimbrial-like structures of the tube, and this tube is called fallopian tube. So onto the top of the ovary, you could see a tube is attached, and which is attached by means of a fimbrial-like structure, and this tube, it's called fallopian tube. So you could see here right on the left, the fallopian tube, which in turn opens into the uterus. See, this is a uterus, and where the fetus develops after the process of fertilization. The process of fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube. And when ovum is released, a mature ovum, when it is released, and if it unites with a sperm, it results in the formation of zygote, and that zygote will come and attach onto the the endometrium region of the uterus. Okay. And see, this is a uterus. It's actually a muscular structure, and which is made up of 3 wall layers. Outer perimetrium, middle is myometrium, and inner is called endometrium. Starting from puberty, every month, the inner wall layer of the uterus, it prepares new blood vessels and gets thickened, and which is to receive the, the fertilized product, which is called zygote. And that is a sequential event which takes place in case of female starting from puberty. And see the opening of this, the uterus, it's called cervix, which in turn opens into the vaginal tract. So these are the different, parts of the internal reproductive system in case of female. Is it clear? Let's see about the process of fertilization and embryo development. And that the male and the female gametes, the male gamete is called the sperm, the female one is called the ovum. Am I right? Yes. They fuse together. The fusion of male and the female gamete, we have to call with a term that's called fertilization. So fertilization is a process of combining the male and the female gamete. And the fertilized product, it's called zygote. So zygote is single cellular structure, and which is the fused product of sperm and the egg or ovum. And later on, the unicellular zygote divides and redivides and forms multicellular embryo. So embryo, it's the divided product from the zygote. Embryo is multicellular in nature. It has many cells. And later on, by the end of second month, the body parts becomes identifiable. And that time onwards, we have to call, it as fetus. So fetus is a stage of the embryo when all body parts becomes identifiable. Later, gradually all the parts, it is it is being identifiable in the fetus and it comes out as baby. So hope it is clear for you. Thank you.